Good morning, everyone. Happy Thursday. Let's get started with some heart and belly breathing. One hand on your heart, one hand on your belly, sitting up nice and tall. Find your seated mountain. Take a deep breath in, big belly. Exhale, belly falls. Breathing in, breathing out. Start to notice how you're feeling today. Notice the weather in you. Notice what colors you're feeling. Teachers, if you want to pause the video here and try the pass the mic challenge or just do a check-in with feelings, go for it. Okay, everybody, let's get into the 7 directions of the spine. I noticed in my class a lot of people are starting to remember the directions of the spine. Let's start today with stretching straight up, and then we'll twist. Inhale, come up to center, reach up. Exhale, twist the other way. The next time you're back at center, let's do the side stretch. So lean over to one side. You can hold on to your leg or your chair. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, lean to the other side. And you can move while you breathe, or maybe you just want to hang out in your side stretch for a couple breaths. I'm going to try that today. Inhaling up. And then switch over to the other side for a couple breaths. Bring yourself back to center and we'll do our cat and cow stretching. Inhale, look up. Exhale, round and look down. Inhale, look up. Exhale, round, look down. 2 more breaths. Make your way back to a seated mountain pose, and before we get into some standing poses, we are going to open up the shoulders and the neck. So let's start with our half neck rolls. Chin to your shoulder. Exhale, roll down. Inhale, roll up. I like to add in a little sigh every now and then. Maybe you want to try today. Take one more on this side. And then let's switch it to the other side. Chin to shoulder. Inhale, look up. Exhale, roll down. One more. Bring your head to center. If you want to rock it side to side a little bit, you definitely can. Now we're going to stretch out the shoulders. Just like yesterday, inhale them up to your ears. Exhale, drop them down. And now we're going to try something called eagle arms. We're going to be learning a new balancing pose today, and I find it very challenging. It's called the eagle pose, and there's a lot of stuff to keep track of in the pose. So we're going to start with just learning how to do the arms part of the pose, and then when we stand up, we'll put it together with the legs. So in this pose, we're opening up our shoulders, and there's a few different ways to do it. You can try pressing your elbows together and your wrists together, and then move your arms away from your face and up. You'll feel that this is really stretching out in your shoulders. if this is too much for your shoulders, like it's hard for you to keep your elbows together, then you can also try crossing your arms. And then whatever arm is underneath, you can scoop your top arm. And then you lift your arm up and away from your face. So choose to either have your elbows glued together or have one arm on top, the other elbow bent, scooping up and away. Let's take a few breaths in here, see if we can relax our shoulders a little bit. And then if you have one elbow on top, you're going to open your arms up and switch, scoop, and away. Take one more big breath here. And relax your arms, bounce the shoulders out a little bit. Make your way up to standing, everybody, and we'll get started in our mountain pose. Make sure your knees are a little bent, you're pushing through both feet the same. We're gonna get started first with our tree pose, and then we'll try bird pose, and then we'll try the eagle pose. So hands on your hips, find your focal point, pick up one foot and bring it onto your leg. I noticed some wobbly trees happening. Remember, if you put your eyes on one spot that's not moving, it'll help you stay steady. If this is super easy for you, try closing your eyes. And if you fall, smile and get right back to it. One more breath here. Back to mountain, shake it out. Hands on your hips, eyes on your focal point. Pick up your other foot and find your tree pose. Grow your branches when you feel ready. And if you want to try the challenge, you can close your eyes on this side too. One more big breath here. Come back to your mountain pose. Now let's get into our bird pose. One foot forward, one foot back. Big breath in, open those wings. Exhale and fly. Maybe you can pick that back leg up a little higher. One more breath here. Exhale to mountain, shake it out. Other foot forward. Inhale, open your wings. Exhale, pick up that back leg and fly. One more breath. Coming back to mountain pose. All of our balancing poses help us to focus. They help us to focus in our brain. They help us to feel balanced in our body and focus our body and our energy too. Now let's try that new pose, the eagle pose. Start by opening your arms wide, and then you can exhale and cross one elbow on top. Just like before, you can scoop that bottom elbow up, or if it's easier for you, just press your elbows together. Then you're gonna shift your weight into one leg and put your eagle in a tree. Keep lifting your arms up, and I like to pretend that my arms are like my eagle beak. And if you want to go even further in this pose, you can transform your tree legs into eagle legs by crossing one leg up and over the other. It's sort of like when an eagle is holding onto a branch with their talons. See if you can hold for one more breath. And the next time you're breathing in, you're going to open everything up. Open your arms, open your legs, and come back to a mountain pose. Shake it out. Let's try it on the other side. Inhale, open arms wide. Exhale, other elbow on top. Scoop and lift, make your beak. And then shift your weight to the other foot and make your tree pose. If you tried the full eagle pose on the other side, cross that leg up and over on this side too. Find your focal point to help you to balance. One more big breath. And when you're ready, inhale, open your wings, open your legs, come back to a mountain pose. And before we finish up our mindfulness for today, let's do some mountain climbers. Make sure you're using opposites. So pick one hand up, give it a wave, and then tap your leg with your other arm. That's the leg that needs to come up so that you cross your body. And we'll stay on the same side for about 5 rounds. So inhale, grow long, exhale, elbow and knee. 4 more. Last one. Come back to mountain pose, shake it out. When we use one arm and the opposite leg, we're using both sides of our brain. So this is a really great way to reset yourself and make sure that you're really focused for whatever it is you want to do. Other hand goes up, you can wave hello, tap, tap your other leg. Let's try crossing the body on this side. Big breath in, exhale, elbow and knee. Three more. Nice job. Bring it back to center, shake it out. We did learn one more pose, and you can do this pose sitting in a chair, or maybe you're sitting in an invisible chair. Line up your toes for the mountain pose, bend your knees, sit back and down into that invisible chair, or maybe you want to be the thunderbolt, so your arms come straight up. Just make sure you can still see all your toes. One more breath. Make your way back to a mountain pose. You can make your way back to your seat to finish up. As you make your way back to your seat, make sure you're comfortable and sitting up nice and tall. It's time for me to show you my favorite instrument. It's called the Shanti chime. Shanti means peace, and this chime makes a really peaceful sound. I'm going to play the Shanti chime while we go on an imagination vacation. During the imagination vacation, you have some choices for how you want to sit. You can close your eyes. You can look at a focal point, something that's not moving. Or maybe you want to try what we've been doing this week, rubbing the hands together and then holding your head. You want to feel super relaxed wherever you are and try to pay attention to your breath. Maybe you can hear your breath kind of sounding like the ocean, waves rolling in and rolling out. For this imagination vacation, we're going to go on a hot air balloon ride. Imagine you are in a basket, the basket of a hot air balloon. Look around you. What kind of pillows or couches are there to keep you comfortable? What color blankets do you see? Is there a special friend in the basket with you? Maybe it's an animal. In your imagination, look up at the hot air balloon. What color is it? We're going to use our breath to fly high into the sky. Breathing in and breathing out. Imagine you and your special friend are so comfortable in that hot air balloon basket. With every deep breath you take, you float higher and higher into the sky. You float so high that you can see the top of trees. You float so high that you're higher than all the buildings. You float all the way up into the clouds, and when you look down, cars look like ants. Notice how you feel. Notice if your special friend has a secret message for you. Notice if you see any special shapes in the clouds. Notice if it's daytime or nighttime. And now, breath by breath, we're going to come back down to land. Your hot air balloon ride is floating down, closer to the ground. The trees are getting bigger. Feel yourself land on the grass so gently. Say thank you to your special friend if there was someone in the basket with you. And take a couple more breaths, just noticing how you feel after that imagination vacation. And now it's time for our mindful listening. So we're going to listen to the beginning, middle, and end sound of our symbols, and raise your hand when you can't hear it anymore. Nice job, everyone. I hope you have an amazing Thursday. And if you have time, please fill out the Google form linked down below so I can know how you're feeling, what you think of mindfulness so far. And our question of the day is, who joined you on that imagination vacation hot air balloon ride? I can't wait to hear. See you Monday.